Okay, I want to take a quick poll here. You saw Nope. What do you think? Yep or nope? I'll go first. I'm going to go ahead and say nope.
Can I be in the middle?
If you can find a word, sure.
A nyaup,
Meow.
a nyup. I'm a nyup.
Okay.
I think I don't know. I think I might have to watch this movie again
Yeah, that's how
because
I feel too.
I
Really?
think walking out of the theater, I think we all kind of felt this like disappointment because Jordan Peele has just been, I hate to say overrated, but he's gotten this huge hype that he doesn't even want. And it adds so much stress and like adds so much stress to like the movie watching that you feel like you have to find, three levels of inner story and
Well,
whole mess.
it's not that I felt like I had to, and I'll be honest, I haven't been enamored with his work generally, but
Yeah.
I was expecting more depth, just because he set a precedent of having more depth.
Yeah.
What I will say, because I don't want to just crap on it, but I
Sure you
think
do.
I would love to. But I wanna give the film some credit. The acting was actually really good. The
Yeah.
performances were really good. There weren't stakes or situations where I was like, this requires brilliant acting. But just the casual brother sister relationship was very real. I liked that. The cinematography and the shots and the overall look, he always gets that right.
Yeah.
Those are it's beautifully done movies, all of them. And this is no different. The CGI was good. It was creative, except for the monkey. That was not very
Oh
good.
yeah, the monkey is like
Yeah.
very yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
and
It's a
that
chimp,
that's
by the way. Sorry. It's a
okay.
different,
But
totally different.
Oh,
no,
sorry. Thank you.
chimps are monkeys. Chimps are apes.
I
They're
Sorry,
think
you're right.
monkeys have tails.
That's the
I've
right.
had a
Yeah.
Yes.
conversation about this. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's not get into the monkey debate
Okay.
just yet. But those are the things. Those are the good things I have to say about this. And I didn't expect the ending. By the way, we got a spoiler-free review. Would it be safe to say that from here on out
Yeah,
we can have
spoilers.
some spoilers?
Let's do
Yeah,
it.
go for it.
Let's let people know, Dan. This is a spoiler-full review of Nope. Okay, so it's about aliens,
Yes.
particularly about one alien.
Yes.
And okay, that was different. It's not a UFO necessarily.
Yeah.
But
It's an organic.
it's an yeah,
The space
it's
predator.
that looks to us
A
like a
spreader.
UFO.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Was that the
Well,
was that
the-
shock worth, the whole, basically redoing every alien movie ever? That's the only real point of this that I could get, is that this was different. Here's the new different thing. It's actually not a UFO. That is the alien.
Yeah.
Dan just messaged aliens would be organic. Yes, sorry to clarify. It's what they believe is a UFO, which would be an inorganic object created
Yeah.
by aliens, and you find out the entire ship itself is not a ship, it's an organic being.
Being.
Yes.
By the way, the whole ship thing, once they like it sucked all those people out, that was scary.
Oh,
And
that was disturbing as hell.
I mean, just to
Yeah.
see them like go through that tube was
Yes.
genuinely freaky.
Yes.
And I don't know how true it would be, but to hear every time the UFO, for
Mhm.
lack of a better word, to like comes near them, you still hear the screams of the
Yeah.
bodies that are stuck in there.
Yeah, that was
That
awful. That
yeah,
got me. And I thought it was really interesting that you still think it's like an actual UFO ship and there are aliens inside when they get sucked in, because some of the imagery is you see this what looks like a long like square tube that
yeah,
looks like it would be a conveyor belt. It reminded me of Under the Skin. I don't know if anybody here has seen that
yeah. I know
with
what you're talking
Scarlett.
about.
Yeah, like just the strange imagery that you know these people are being sent to this strange realm or something, you don't know what's happening, and then you find out it's like intestines, and that because at the end when it changes shape, it's a square, it just happens to be a square shape. It's not man-made or anything, or alien-made, whatever.
Yeah. There's this whole subplot that I couldn't figure out the relevance of at all
Yeah, really.
with with this
The chimp.
with the chimp.
I have a
and
theory behind it, but go ahead.
and he tries to write it into history. I don't know how many people Googled the SNL skit
Yeah,
that he was
weird.
describing. I don't think it exists. Can we
I
check?
think so.
But yeah,
Chris
but
Kattan.
it's I didn't understand how that motivated this character, what the relationship was to any other part of the movie. I was thinking maybe the reason this chimp went nuts was because it was being controlled by aliens or something.
Yeah.
I think
but-
that is a real video.
Is there really?
Well,
Mr.
he's playing an ape, but I don't
Yes.
know if it's.
I think it is a real video. It's Mr. Peepers and Papa Peepers.
I don't know.
Okay. I don't know if that's the one they're referencing, but it's Chris Kattan playing
A
Yeah.
monkey?
or yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Interesting.
I go ahead, but I do have a theory behind. Go ahead.
Well, there was sort of this motif of animal training. And it's like, all right, well, I'm a horse trainer, and so I know how to deal with these animals on set properly. And then this monkey was possibly not dealt with properly, and it went nuts. And now we have this unidentified object, and that, maybe I'm just getting it now, is you have to communicate with it the way that you would properly communicate with any life form. Is that the message here?
Well, so like, oh, did you want to say it, Roland, first?
No, you can do it.
So, what I was gonna say is it's also like a message of people, what's the word, when you're gaining revenue from like a tragedy or something, like, because the kid who the guy who witnessed the monkey or the chimp killing everybody, he was making a profit off of it. He's
being opportunistic.
And then here he is
Avoiding.
doing it with and then he's doing it with the UFO as well. And I think it also like I feel like he witnessed this horrible thing. Everybody on set was murdered by this chimp. He's the only one who survives. The chimp sees him, goes up to him, is about to fist pump him.
Yeah.
And so I think like maybe he subconsciously had this idea in his mind that he was special and that he was like untouchable, and he could, in a sense, he could tame a wild beast.
Maybe, but the way the film treats him doesn't. There's no consistency about like that character and why he does anything. It was such a.
They did that with the cinematographer as well. We did not see enough of his personality. It would be great if they'd introduced him earlier in the film and you got to see his story arc and why he just decided to get sucked up by it, and then almost gets Angel killed in the process.
Yeah.
Like, that was so stupid.
Yeah. They also wrote off any possibility of like a romantic subplot by making them brother and sister and making her a lesbian and being like, no, none of that's happening here. It was pure alien focus.
I mean, I didn't mind that.
I don't mind it. I'm just saying it was a very one-track movie for me, And again, for Jordan Peele, I was expecting just more going on. And at the end of the day, I just felt like this was a lot of time to spend on one idea.
Well, there is a theory, and this is not my theory. I want to make that very clear. Where the movie is about voyeurism. It's about the relationship between a creator and the audience.
Mm-hmm.
And the aliens the alien in the movie is referred to as like the viewers by Jupe. And it's kind of about like how you can't keep your eye on the audience. You have to like you have to focus on your own track, do your own thing, because if you keep your eye on the audience and, looking at them straight on, then you're going to get sucked in or something. There's some
That
articles
is
out there. I don't
so
know.
bloated. I mean, I'm not saying that what you're saying is wrong. It's just like if that's what he's going for. Because I just remembered how
Yeah.
I thought that was very silly that you find out it only attacks you if you're looking at it. And I just thought, how can it tell every time if you're looking at it or not? A lot of those horses it sucked up, I'm pretty sure
Like
they
the
were
plastic
running
horse
in the
was
opposite.
probably not looking at it.
That's a
Right.
good point. That is a really
Yeah.
good point. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I
Yes.
mean, that's the thing. I walked out and I thought, I don't know what I watched. I don't know what the point was. I don't understand why I spent so much time on, like, it's up there. That was pretty much it.
Yeah. I
And it
mean,
was 2.5 hours of it's up there. 2 hours.
it's weird that I guess because I only saw Get Out and I wasn't, maybe because the plot was spoiled to me because I watched CinemaSins before I saw the actual movie. So I knew like everything about the movie and I was like, oh, well. And I watched it.
Yeah.
I wasn't really blown away by it. I can see why everyone loves it and it is like a groundbreaking film and everything. I wasn't blown away by it. I didn't see Us. I'd like to.
Us was my
Um,
favorite of the
And
three.
I
great.
Okay, yeah. I will check it out. But see, so I'm not really coming into this as like a huge Jordan Peele fan, so I didn't have any expectations or any anticipation for this movie. And so for that, I felt like I kind of enjoyed it because of that, because I could just enjoy that it was a more simple film. It felt like
Yeah.
a lengthy version of one of the Love, Death, and Robots like
Yeah,
concepts.
Oh,
that's a good call.
that is
Yeah.
a good analogy.
So
Um,
like for that, I liked it.
yeah.
Go ahead, Roland.
Interesting.
I went in it with the total opposite thing. I had a lot of expectations, and I screwed myself over. I say it in the video too, but I think the whole thing was like the trailer, I guess, and this Andrew's been saying this, like it was too vague. We
Yeah.
didn't know all the details. So I'm filling in my version of the
Mhm.
gaps. And so I'm expecting those gaps to correlate together, and it didn't. And I think I was like disappointed, I guess, a little bit. I was like, oh, they could have done this.
Mhm.
Like I was taking control of the movie, kind of
Mhm.
like what the movie is saying, you know.
I kind of admire Jordan Peele for that, though, is that he was willing to take such a big risk on. I'm sure he knows that this will disappoint a lot of people with where he
Yeah.
went with it, and I admire that. Like what you're saying, the theory is that like don't look to the audience, just focus on what you're doing. I feel like, I mean, he is basically doing that. Like, yeah, this is gonna piss people off. I don't care. I just
Yeah.
wanted to make a simple alien monster movie that wasn't really a horror, but had some
Yeah.
creepy shit stuff.
Andrew, what do you think?
You know, I I think once you create a persona for yourself as, being this epic horror guy, whether or not you buy into that is your own opinion. But if you've developed this reputation, you owe it to people to, if they're gonna go to the theater and spend money on and their time on something, like make it worth their while. I think the biggest crime of any entertainer is to waste people's time and not entertain. And that's pretty much what I felt at the end of this movie. I was like, I didn't want to spend my time or money on this. I did, just as a little comparative literature thing, I decided to watch M. Night Shyamalan's movie Old, which got totally ignored because it came out right before 2020. And it was on HBO, and I decided to watch it. And the acting isn't fantastic, but the premise is really good. The execution is really cool, and I was captivated. And like it was a movie that was worth being a movie because there's a conceit where like time's moving fast, and you need to be able to visualize that. And it was everything that I don't know. I feel like he gets a bad rap, and I think as of today, I'm going to declare myself an M. Night Shyamalan fan.
Wow.
I like his stuff. I like him
Breaking
more than
barriers,
Jordan
people.
Peele.
Okay. I mean, this is very early in Jordan Peele's horror career. I know he doesn't like the whole like, oh, he's the greatest horror director of all time. He's actively tried to get away from that, and people like will come up with cool fan theories. And he's like, nope. I just thought that'd be kind of a creepy thing. There's no like real meaning. So I don't know. I think I'll have to see when his next one comes out in a few years.
Well, do you think
And
this
Yeah.
was an intentional push to move away from that space? Like he's intentionally trying to get
Well,
out of that.
that's the thing. He's redefined himself so many times. He was a cast member on Mad TV. Then he was like the star of Key and Peele. And then he said, I'm not doing comedy anymore. I'm going to be serious social commentary horror guy. And
Yeah.
now with this, no social commentary really, and not that much horror. Is he just going to go into making films? You know?
Yeah.
And that would be fine. The guy's he can direct well. He can tell a story well. He can,
Yeah.
you know, the production on everything he's ever touched has been fantastic. I don't think he's the scariest person. Let's see what he does with regular stories, with just trying to tell a nice story. You know, if this is the end of the Jordan Peele horror saga, then maybe, you know, we can just be excited for what he transforms into next. In the meantime, tell us what you think. Be our friend on social media. We're on all the social media. It's plural already. Did you know that? Well, thanks for subscribing, for watching, and all that other stuff.